This one is a simple lecture. We want to look at the required interest rate, required number of periods, required regular deposit, and the required initial deposit. So a quick hop over to the function arguments. We use the rate function, then we use the NPER function, we have the PMT function, and then finally we have the PV function. So let us start with the first one. To find out the required interest rate, all we have to do is to write equal to rate. Then we want to choose the term into 12. Then we have the payment, which is 600 per month. Then we have the present value, which is an initial deposit of 10,000. The future value is 1.5 lakh or 150,000. And then we have the type as 0, and we can keep the guess as, let's say, 5%. And then we finally multiply this by 12. And this gives us a result of 10% as the interest rate, which is the required interest rate. Let's see how we can find out the required number of periods. For this, we use the NPER function. We will divide the interest rate, which is annual, by 12. Then we have the PMT, which is the deposit per month, 2,000. We have the present value, which is the initial deposit of 50,000. Then we have the future value, which is a million. And finally, we have the type, which is 0. And it gives me 197.5, which is in months. And if I divide it by 12, then it gives me 16.5 in years. To calculate the required regular deposit, remember we are doing this because the PMT function finds the extra amount to be deposited periodically into the investment so that we can reach our goal. So we are given a certain date where we have to reach the future goal and an initial amount to invest. So we want to find the required regular deposit. This would be very simple. The PMT, we want to take our annual interest rate, divide by 12. The NPER would be the terms into 12, which is the number of months. Then we choose the initial deposit as 0, the future value as 50,000, and the deposit type as 0. And it gives us $114, which is the monthly deposit required. And finally, we want to find out the required initial deposit. Now this means that we are using the PV function to find the initial deposit required for the future value target, which means that we have a goal and we want to find out, which means we have the goal, we know the deposit amount per period and the interest rate, which are all known, and we want to find out what is the initial deposit that is required. The function here will be very similar to the previous one, which is PV, the rate divided by 12, the term multiplied by 12, and then we have the deposit per month, we have the future value and the deposit type, and it gives us 41,038, which is the initial deposit required.